I've decided to go on a very quick win streak, undefeated with first turn kill Fiendsmith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins in a row with this funny deck here. Here's the deck list real quick. This deck is all about first turn killing with the Arrow Shark, which I could not believe they have not banned. You detach, you burn for 100 per card that is banished, and you're gonna banish a ton of cards with the Fairy Tale Snow. And we're now supporting this deck with our Fiendsmith Engraver going into the Pilgrim Reaper to mill 5 cards off the top of our deck. Are you ready? Hajime. Now, unfortunately for this duel, we are going second, and I have chosen to not really play any board breakers in our deck, nor hand traps for optimal consistency. But I guess for the video, I'll just edit the turnout, and we'll start off on our very first turn going second. Looks like he should potentially be done here. Yep. He's done. All right. He's got the Apollo negates, Caesar negates, and the Galaxy Eyes negates. Triple bodies on the field we got to deal with. So what do we want to do here? I think King Sark with our I'm Set, he's going to be good. We have Happy to swing over. With the King Sark could send their monster to the graveyard. So they got monster negates and special summon negates, but nothing to stop our actual Horus play. They can't negate this King Sark. Send from the deck our I'm Seti. I'm Seti does not activate in the graveyard, so you cannot negate that with the Caesar. Let's get it out early before they would be able to Bestial while we have a monster on the field. Yep, nothing you could do. And then King Sark, let's get rid of the grief. Let's hold on to the charges for afterward. We got the Rhino Heart normal summon. And now we haven't even activated a monster effect and we don't need to. Perfect. Happy Reborn. And with this, we have King Sark, which could non-target send one of their monsters to the graveyard. We are getting reduced by their field spell. So what I think we could do, well, I'm Seti could swing over the Apollo, and Happy can use the King Sark to send the Caesar to the graveyard. So it actually works out perfect. They're going to be left up with the Galaxy Eyes negate still, though, but getting rid of, what? This was 5 disruptions we just got rid of? Holy moly, that is nuts. Maybe the Zombie Vampire will eat up the negate in main phase 2 here. Let's Zombie Vampire it up. With our Zombie Vampire, we are attempting to... We're going to be milling 4 cards from both players' decks here, but also summoning among those 8 cards milled. So I would say this is a pretty good negate. It should eat this negate. And we could follow up with our Charger Light Brigade and Rhino Heart plays afterward. He has a Veiler in graveyard, so maybe he has a Veiler in hand. He does eat up the negate just like that, mate. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Now, with our open normal summon and charge of the Light Brigades, let's see what we mill with Charger Light Brigade first. Got our mill 3. Oh, shoot. It mills by cost, not by card effects, so the Sharons are not going to trigger after this resolves. We'll grab a Dragonling, though, since we have a Light Torn Engrave, so we could special summon it. He's got something else. What does he have? Let's just go right into our kick out play. Rhino, let's get Fusion. Oh, boy, does he have a Bestial? Well, we'll test it out the Hovness. Hovness? Bestial, are you going to banish? Any more disruption? No, we are good. Kid Cal, fuse away. Let's get our Sharon back in the deck here. Come forth, Kid Kalos. Let's go for our big mill play. I cannot believe this dude had Apollo and Caesar on the field. He did have a Veiler. Okay, it was Veiler or Galaxy Eyes on our Zombie Vampire. So rip to our big mills. We still have a Dragonling special summon, another charge of the Light Brigade. Okay, let's fire off our Dragonling. We could send any Light Torn we want from the deck to the graveyard here. I am going to, let's get the Felice Engraver just so we could go into our level 8 Synchro for maximum mills. Yes. All right. Minerva is here. Minerva is top tier in my hands. Minerva on summon. We're also going to grab a Punishment Dragon from the deck, which, you know, will most times just be discard fodder, not actually summoning it. Our Lumina will just discard it. And if they over Bestial us, the Punishment Dragon's good for returning the cards back in the deck. Let's send a Wolf, and then additionally, we'll send a Weiss. Weiss will reborn a Light Torn Engrave as the Wolf also comes out. And then we're going to be well set up for some potential plays. Let's get our Felice back out on the field. We can actually mill 3 with just the Felice, since we have Rhino on the field for the rank 4 Xyz if we want to. Not forced to use Felice for our extra deck play. Let's get popping. Let's wipe out that Galaxy Eyes. Mill 3. Okay, nothing too crazy there. We want to go for our Mill 4 Minerva. I think we're going to... let's Mill 4. Let's Mill 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that's fine. Okay, let's go for the Mill 4. Sharon Trigger. Okay. Garura. Let's go to Sharon. Oh, got to do the kick Callan field. That's fine. Come forth. Garu. With Garura, if we just get into the graveyard, we'll get our free draw. Let's make our Minerva play. Wolf and our Rhino. Get our random Mill 3. Minerva's also good when going second to crash into their body to get additional mills. Ooh, we also get to draw into the Light Lumina. Let's go for our random mill, the Charge Light Brigade. We now have an Engraver engrave. Unfortunately, grabbing a wolf here. Not so ideal, but having a snow engrave is beautiful. Let's get the engraver out. Why not? And what's good is the Weiss is a Light Fiend. So we do got some additional Light Fiend support here. With the engraver, I could have equipped it with a Requiem, which I can't make right now because I'm blocking up my zones. Just going to go straight for the Pilgrim. Pilgrim Reaper, Mill 5. So I was saying we could go into a Requiem and then equip the Requiem onto the engraver, and then we would be able to send our kick cow to the graveyard. Ooh, we got some triggers here. Let's draw, and we'll sell it. Oh, actually, I should have put Sulik on the higher chain link. We might randomly mill our Sharon now. I need the Sharon to my hand. That would have been a bit better. Oh, shoot. Sharon. What? Oh, surrender. Let's go. First turn kill going second. Let's start this off with an engraver. We could feel out some hand traps. No ash. Nice. Let's grab a Fiendsmith Sanct. Not that you would ash the engraver, but you could see their field light up. Let's Sanct it up. And what? What are that? Oh, Droll in Lockbird. Oh boy, we did not solar recharge first because the Sanct needs to be activated before solar recharge, where otherwise if we have any monsters on the field that are not Light Fiend, like milling a random wolf, we would not be able to activate the Sanct. And you're going to see why we go into Fiendsmith. Can we win this under Droll and Lockbird? Let's see. Requiem, come forth. Second copy of our engraver. Engraver is here. We will not be going into sequence. Let's engraver, return back our Requiem as we now reveal the big reveal. We are Beatrice ban proof with this combo, which Beatrice will get banned as we are summoning instead the Pilgrim Reaper. Let's get reaping. We're gonna mill 5 cards off of both players' decks here. We get to see what they're playing. Ooh, okay. Let's Wolf and Sharon. Pretty good mills. You can see they're playing Snake Eye Fiendsmith. They are the #1 best deck. And they just drolled us. Let's go for our Kid Kalos. Now, obviously, if Kid Kalos gets banned, then we would possibly be in big trouble for playing this deck. Come forth, Tier Kit. Let's reborn our Wolf, and let's now trigger our Kid Cow. We don't need to add anyway. We're going to send the Tier Cash from the deck to the graveyard. This is a mill 10 combo, in addition to the Pilgrim Reaper milling 5. So 15 cards milled. Let's Kick Cal, send ourself, plus reborn the Tier Cash for a total of milling 8 in this specific moment. Let's put the Tier Kick Cal on the lower chain link as the Cash chain link blocks it from, let's say, an Ash Blossom if they were to be holding on to it this late into our play. Let's mill 3 off our top here. Ooh, we got lots of wolves. Let's get wolfing. We can Hobness into a Garura, and Weiss could reborn another Lightsworn Engrave. Let's reborn the Dragonling, which will trigger on summon. We got too many bodies. Oh my goodness. I think we got 6 bodies on the field we're going up to. Come forward, Dragonling. Hobness into Garu. Let's return back the Kick Kalos, as otherwise it is going to be taking up a spot in our main deck. We want to be milling efficiently here, so returning back to the extra is better. All 5 spots, 6 spots that is. Let's just Dragonling anyway. We could send the Light Lumina. That's fine. We're way ahead of schedule. We are doing really well. And Line of Time. Line is a good way to get the Garura engrave and make an easy Selene by stealing a light from their graveyard. Now, Garura would draw a card if it weren't for the Droll and Lockbird. Unfortunately, we do not get to free draw. Thank you for the engraver. And because we're in an engraver meta, everyone's got a light monster in the graveyard now when we mill off the top of their deck, either with the Pilgrim Reaper, instead of Selene, let's actually go for Curious, yeah. And the Zombie Vampire or Pilgrim milling their engraver stuff is good for yoinking. And it also is considered to be a level 8 if we're going to be making a Zombie Vampire. Curious, let's send, we already have Snow in the graveyard. I guess we could send the Felice. Yeah, let's Felice. And with Felice being a tuner, we're going to be able to summon our big Minerva. Curious, go for the random mill 3. Come to me. What do we got here? Crap. Okay, let's get Felice in. Felice and Wolf going for our level 8 Minerva Synchro. The Minerva Synchro is insane. It's going to be milling up to 6 cards and also enables our Dark Lumina to activate because we're going to have banished Lightsworn cards. So let's send, we'll send a Wolf, and we would send Weiss, but we already Weiss, so we'll just send the Dark Lumina instead. Wolf, activate, come forth. And now let's go for the additional mill 4 after milling 2. Good way to thin the deck. We're going to banish everything but the Luminas. Yep, keep the Light Lumina in graveyard, only banish with the Dark Lumina. And I guess to make a Selene, we could normal summon or we could just summon our Fairy Tale Snow. Yeah, let's just Snow. Fairy Tale Snow, we'll banish, again, anything but the Lumina. Keep Lumina in grave. Goodbye to all of you. Come forth. Well, actually, I already used the Engraver, so I should probably just banish that. We'll banish it next time. That's okay. Okay, let's get Selene in. It would be more efficient if made with the Lina. It would only be 2 bodies, but the Curious was too good to not summon. And now it's Selene. If there are 3 spells within either player's graveyard, we don't need the opponent's graveyard. Our graveyard will always have enough spells, generally, if we've milled enough. We could then quick effect Reborn a spellcaster, and it could summon from the hand or grave. Reborn the Dark Lumina, only activatable because we have a banished Lightsworn. We could now banish the Light Lumina, and you want to Reborn the Light Lumina. This performs essentially an infinite loop of Selene, Dark Lumina, Light Lumina over and over and over again. As the Selene, for some reason, is not a hard once return, so let's summon Selene again. Double up the Selene. We can normal summon. Oh, we'll just Light Lumina. We're about to use her for an Xyz summon anyway. Discard, Reborn, back on the field you go. And then we got our Dark Luminas both triggering. We got a mill 3 into a mill 3, mill 6 total. Got our Kaldo in graveyard now. We have Selene and Dark Lumina. We got too much now. Let's get Arrow Shark in. Now, make sure you at least toggle on or auto in response to its effect. So we're going to detach the Light Lumina is what you want to detach. And let's chain our Fairy Tale Snow. We're going to use Fairy Tale Snow many times, banishing every monster that is not Lumina. You're not Lumina, not Lumina, not Lumina. Banish 7, and make sure your Fairy Tale Snow is chaining to itself. We could also chain Selene to, let's say, a Bestial or a DD Crow, or chain the Snow itself to, hold on, not Lumina, Selene. We could just banish you, and you. And you could also chain Fairy Tale Snow to them DD Crowing you or Bestialing you. Let's come forth. And with that's enough banishing. It's snowing. Boom for 2,500 damage. Might as well, let's get Selene in. Let's Selene back onto the field. I guess our Light Lumina, the dark one, is still under the Arrow Shark. Yep, see, we have too much. So even if they were to, let's say, disrupt us, let's say an Imperm or Veiler, we got too much juice. Selene is here. I think this is our 3rd one. We are going to now Dark Lumina. We could, just for free, we're going to be banishing the Minerva Synchro, Reborn it back. The Synchro Minerva would be good if we needed to summon a zombie vampire, which we obviously do not need to. Light Lumina, say goodbye to the Weiss. Let's Reborn our Dark Lumina here. And let's just go through the motions. We're doing this a bit sloppy because I'm trying to get through this quickly. They have no activations in their hand. I'm worried they're going to surrender. Just please do not surrender. Surrenders are worse than actual disruptions. Let's detach the Light Lumina. Make sure we're doing everything correctly. Hit him for another 25. And let's keep on going. Yeah, okay, let's Reborn. Let's actually shuffle back. Let's shuffle back the Arrow Shark. Normally, we get both Arrow Sharks in the graveyard, but as I said, we're doing this a bit sloppy. We don't have to do a 3rd, but whatever. Just put a Charge Light Brigade back in our deck here. Sure. And now, let's get Selene in. 1, 2, 3. Reborn from the grave. Now, for the 3rd burn, you could use Fairy Tale Snow to banish up to our 3,000 damage, but we're not going to do that. Let's just, since we have double Shuffler, we'll just shuffle the Arrow Shark in again. It's fine. Let's just quickly do this. This dude's going to surrender. Let's just try to go quickly. Let's not do any extra random summons, even though I think that would have just been quicker. Whatever. Let's get the Snow, Arrow Shark, and Selene for our final damage play. Will he surrender? Please don't. All right, what do we got here? Let's Reborn. Selene it up. We'll shuffle after we summon. This is fine. Let's Reborn our Dark Lumina. And with the Dark Lumina, Reborn the Light Lumina. And then you know where we go from here. Light Lumina to the fields. Come back to me. And now we are going to just Medora it up. Medora, put the final copy back in. Again, you only need one of the shufflers. You don't have to use both. One shuffler. You are fine. Arrow Shark for game. And just like that. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Let's detach the Light Lumina for game. First, second, second. Absolutely dominating Mad Lads left and right. Now let's talk about the deck list real quick here. You can decide to play some turn 2 cards in this deck. I would recommend to not play hand traps. I think a good card to potentially play would be the Sphere Mode Raw. If you want to max out on this, I don't want to craft the second and third copy, and I want to keep myself at 40 cards. But being able to tribute off their field if they go big on you, that'd be great. I think another good card to consider would be Triple Tactics Talent. This is good. Get additional draw 2 or take control of one of their big bodies like an Apollo USA after they activate once. So think about the field where they had a Caesar and an Apollo. The Triple Tactics Talent would have been great. And so would have the Sphere Mode where he had, what, 4 bodies on the field. Sphere Mode Raw could have dealt with the Apollo, the Caesar, and the Galaxy Eyes all in one. But if you want to be absolutely chatting it up without any board breakers whatsoever, then this is what I am currently recommending with our Engraver engine. The Engraver helping us go into the Pilgrim Reaper for the Mill 5, the Horus engine for, you know, not only helping us break fields, as you saw, that was really good for breaking fields, and also getting that additional draw 1. It helps us much more easily go into something like a zombie vampire. And even when we don't have the horse cards, this deck is almost full gas. Even if you're going second, as you saw in many of the replays there, that we're going to have so much juice in our hand to just plow through their many disruptions and then still likely squeak out the win through continually Selene into the Arrow Sharkin for the game. Now, before the Fiendsmith cards came out, and I also wasn't using Horse, I could show you a previous version of the deck I was using. Here's an older version of myself playing the deck where the Fairy Tale Snow is playable at more than 1. I also had the Planet Field spell, plus the Foolish Burial Goods, and getting the Triva Karma to then search it. A really cool play with card destruction if you want to play this is to put it on top of your deck, or I should say put it in your deck where you have 2 cards or less remaining, or I should say 1 card or less remaining, and then you use Dugaris. Dugaris could then draw it into your hand, so you guarantee it into your hand to then burn your opponent's hand for game if they, let's say, max seed you. I'm choosing to play Punishment Dragon over the Judgment Dragon because sometimes you get super bestialed, and I've had a game where both of my Dark Luminas got banished from the game, and then Punishment Dragon was able to return and essentially reset the duel, giving me a chance to still win.